Right.
There it is. What's up, y'all? Happy Money Monday. Who's fired up? Who's jacked up? Who's excited? We got over 100 people on between Facebook, Twitter / Periscope, and YouTube. And we're just getting started. So if you're watching the replay, let us know what time you're watching and where you're coming in from. And if you're on live, let us know what you're most excited about. Let us know where you're coming in from. Also, smash that heart button. And if you're really excited about converting likes and comments into sales and business partners, then you should smash the share button and share this with some friends, some teammates, because we're going to get into it. This is going to be a really great training for those of you that want to increase your how many of us want to increase our close ratio? How many of us want to do a better job of converting the people we talk to? Or we simply want to talk to more people. We want to know how to approach people. We're going to get into that conversation today with our Close the Loop training.
I love it. Because you know what they say, right? Is that social media alerts and notifications, that's good. But payment notifications, now those are better. You guys, question for you, glasses or no glasses, baby? What do you think?
I already
glasses,
told you. You already know my answer.
Or no glasses, baby? What are we feeling like today? Because technically you should wear 3D glasses.
I like all of the above.
Okay, awesome. All right, you guys.
Those are 3D glasses. You can see 3D with those? I don't think so.
Oh, okay, look, all right, let us get into it, right? So you guys were so enthused. Happy Money Monday. I hope you're having an amazing time today. I hope you're ready to even kick it up a notch to the next level, because we all have it.
That's right.
I live my day every day, if I can say so out loud, right? Trying to step up my game to that next level. So today I'm super psyched. Oh, glasses, says Sherry.
And some say no glasses. We've got London in the house. What's up, Richard? We've got Massachusetts in the house. We've got
thank you,
Australia in the house.
Whitney.
It's all very exciting.
You're so awesome.
Whitney Carry On in the house.
Oh, that
Rockstar
legend. I love it. All right, you guys.
Raquel loves payment notifications. As do I.
Yes. Let's talk about that. All right, you guys. So in today's broadcast, this is going to be a really good one, because we noticed that it is a pain point for a lot of people, right? Is that, yes, they're grooming their skill set to show up to social media and do stories and do curiosity. But then when it comes time to close the door, close the loop, like take that customer to the next level, they're a little bit nervous, right? So we want to kick it off and ask you, which one are you? Are you A, B, or C? Do you go straight for the jugular? John, I want you to explain. Do you B, build rapport before popping the question? Or do you C, wait for them to ask you?
You know, and it's a really interesting debate, because there are trainers out there and leaders out there that love to teach going straight for the jugular. And by the way, straight for the jugular is simply you reaching out to people. And it's like within your first message, your very first message is like, hey, Sam, how's it going? I wanted to reach out to you because I'm expanding a business in your area, and I wanted to see if you're open-minded to an opportunity, because we're looking for people that are motivated, amazing people just like you, right? That's straight for the jugular. Build rapport does not mean we will never teach you to build rapport for days, weeks, months, and years, waiting for them to magically one day ask you if you have a business or product that they'd be interested in. However, I will say this, because we've done both proactive prospecting and reactive marketing, meaning we react to people that react to us or respond to us or raise their hand, because we've been on both sides of the spectrum, we will tell you and teach you both strategies and share with you what's most effective. And then I think a lot of us also love when people ask us about our business, ask us about our products. And, you know, there is a way to do it where it doesn't feel so salesy, so spammy. I think a lot of you have our scripts. If you don't, let us know in the comments if you want access to our scripts. But there really is a way to do it without even getting rejected in the first place, the indirect approach. But at the end of the day, you got to be popping the question. So whether you go straight for the jugular, you build a little bit of rapport, right? You build a little bit of a connection, then you pop the question, or you've got people coming to you. And listen, let's be very clear. There ain't nothing better than someone coming to you. There ain't nothing better than someone that you attract to you. And by the way, this could be cold market, and this could be people you're already friends with. At the end of the day, we want leads. We want people to talk to about our business. We want people to ATM. We want people to share our products and our opportunity with. So whether you are the one that creates the conversation or they reach out to you, we just got to make it happen, y'all.
Yes. And here's a good rule of thumb. This is how I would maybe think about your workflows and the way that you process things, right? Is until you get to the point where your inbox is so full, it's obnoxious. You have hard time getting back to all the people that are interested in what it is that you have to offer, right? I would be proactive, or until you get to the point where your bank account is so abundant. Do you know what I mean? You have so much money coming in that it's like, you know what? I don't need to proactively reach out to people. But I can also argue the fact that if you're a leader, right, it's always a good idea to keep sharp, right? Keep sharp. This is, John, what you do. I really admire that about you. Now, John and I have different roles inside our businesses. Definitely. There are certain things that he spearheads. There are certain things definitely that I want to claim my fame to fortune that I spearhead for sure. And when it comes to being a leader,
you're just so cute
inside a network marketing profession, I think it is, it is really, really important to essentially, do what it is that you're preaching, right?
True.
So let's relive a little bit. For those of you guys that plug into a training, by the way, how many of you, this is your very first training with us? Can you drop us the word new? Spelled N-E-W. I have so much fun with this American English language, right? Drop us the word new because we want to say hello. We want to make sure that, we can interact with you for sure. And thank you for being here. You guys, John and I have been inside this beautiful profession of network marketing for almost 2 decades, which is kind of crazy. So we've seen the good, bad, and the ugly. We've done it the old school way, the new school way, social media funnels, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I was listening to somebody, right? I'm going through a couple different master classes at this very moment. One of them was on gardening, ladies and gents. Gardening season is about to hit us like, whoa, I'm excited about it. And another one, and this person says, you know what it is? It's sometimes if you're not in the season of the fruit, meaning you're not reaping the fruit, the results,
right?
You're in the season of the roots. You're in the season of building the roots, the foundation. You're developing the skill sets.
That was the pastor yesterday.
The pastor yesterday, yes.
Yeah.
And so, so for some of us, right, we need to just kind of grasp a little bit of where am I? Oh, and here's my secondary point. I almost got away from it. Did you notice? I almost. Okay. And then the other point that I wanted to make for you is that when you are new to business, you get excited about all the things. But then when you master and you hone in your particular way of doing stuff, you go, okay, no, yes to this. So for John and I, the reason why I'm saying this is because we've been in the industry for a few decades, because we've seen it all.
Couple,
yes.
Maybe a couple.
I said a few.
A few is 3.
Oh, okay. A couple decades. You know what I mean? Like we've done it all. And I find that nowadays in 2021, at the time of us recording this particular broadcast together, you guys, it is like printing money when it comes to building your business utilizing social media. But we do have to recognize what is the season I'm in. Am I overwhelmed by leads? Am I still needing to get comfortable with popping the question, building the relationship, leading people from A to B, right? Anyways, so
let's also say this.
Leads, let us get proactive.
And let's also keep it real.
Oh, yeah, baby.
The people that have an abundance of leads, their business is exploding. They're probably not watching this training. They're probably not watching this training because they're so busy making money and bringing on new teams. They don't have time to watch this training. So most of you are probably watching this because you want more people to talk to about your business, more people to talk to about your product. You want higher quality people. And, that's always a tough conversation, too, because you kind of attract who you are in the early days, the early stages, if you will, of network marketing. Like I love the quote that I heard from Eric Worre all those years ago. He said, you will be punished or rewarded based on the life you led prior to getting involved in your network marketing business. So you're going to have some patience. And by the way, a lot of people did ask for the scripts. If we want to give them
it's coming up, baby. It's coming up.
MyLifestyleAcademy.com.
And we'll link to it as well. So if you're watching this on a replay, just go into the description, but we'll link to it for you.
Right. I can just tell you this, that the harder I worked my business, while simultaneously the harder I worked on myself, the better the results became. But it took time. It's the hardest business in the world because you got to be patient as all get out while simultaneously being relentlessly persistent.
That's right.
Right? You have to keep persevering. And I can tell you story after story after story after story, including our story of people that just kept going. They just stayed the course and they got a little bit better every year. They just kept chipping away and chipping away and chipping away. And that was us, right? It took us 7 years, y'all, to fire our boss and become full-time network marketers. 7 years. So when someone tells me they're 3 years in and they're frustrated, they're not full-time, and they think everybody else is making a full-time income and they think everybody else is having fast success, I'm like, no. The thing is, we just highlight those people because they're showing you how they're doing it. Like last week, we had the TikTokers on. They were all crushing it, right? Lauren, Vanessa, and Tabitha. If y'all saw that, smash that hard button and let us know if you love that conversation. They're all crushing it. But not one of them is brand new. Like Vanessa's been at this thing for 4 years and she just started to see success like 5 months ago. Tabitha last year was struggling, was not winning. In about October, she started to see a spike in her business. Lauren has been a consistent badass. I will say that. But still, she's been working with us for years. And even before she partnered with us, she was in other businesses. So she just kept showing up with that relentless perseverance, that relentless persistence. Persistence always beats resistance. So if you're not where you want to be, that's fine. But let's get back to the basics because Nadya mentioned this.
What did I say?
And I think sometimes we bite off more than we can chew. This is a problem. Even we overwhelm our own team and our own audience. So I know it's very normal to get overwhelmed. You know, we were just promoting the Tanya 6-week boot camp. Let us know how many of you are in on that, right? We might be promoting Marketing Impact Academy. We're promoting TikTok or ATM. Like I get it. And this is why we tell you not to follow too many experts. Don't get mentorship from too many people because you will get overwhelmed. But I will tell you this, after a while of being in the profession, you start to discern what it is you need right now and what it is you want to learn later on. Like Nadya is the best at this. Like she gets clarity on like, this is what I want to master, like gardening. Why? Because it's the spring, right? It's getting nice out. Like I was outside.
I get so excited.
I was outside with Dylan earlier for an hour and it wasn't freezing, right? It was like, it's like 60 degrees and sunny. The point is, you're going to get to a point where you start to discern like, okay, I want to start a podcast or I want to launch a YouTube channel or I want to, you know, get on Clubhouse, but I'm going to do that later, right? Right now, I need to master the mundane. I need to create consistency in my business and become a routine machine and start to flex that hustle muscle. You follow?
I like it.
So let's get into some basics real quick because I think this is the foundation. All right. So and there's only really two things right here. Okay. There's only two things. There's proactive prospecting and attraction marketing. There's proactive prospecting and attraction marketing. So every day, if I were you, every day I would want to friend up 5 new people. Now I say friend up 5 new people, but here's the thing. Nadya, how many times over the years has someone said, oh, I want to get cold market and I want to build my friends list. And I want to build my following. And I ask them, how many friends do you have now? And I'm going to ask you all this. How many friends do you have right now? Let me know in the comments. I'm just curious. How many friends do you have right now? And then what is the percentage of people that you've talked to about your business or products in the last 6 months? What's the percentage? Because I guarantee most of you are less than 10%. So you're so focused on friending up new people and finding people for your business and your products. I need to get cold market. My warm market sucks. But meanwhile, you haven't spoke to most of the people that are in your existing warm market. That's crazy town. All right. And by the way, I'll do some Q&A at the end and I'll actually give you some coaching for those of you that stay on till the very end. I'll answer some questions and give you some guidance. But I guarantee But like Roxy says here, she's got 4,950 friends. I have no idea, 10%. Okay, so 10%, 90% of the people she hasn't spoke to in the last 6 months. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. That means she's probably only spoke to 400 or 500 people. Those are thousands of people that she could talk to about her business or products. So the reason I say this is I don't want you, Roxy, as an example, focusing on friending up new people. She's got enough friends on Facebook. She's got enough. So now let's reconnect. I mean, look, you can take this 5-5-3 and you can turn it into 10-10, 15. You can do whatever you want. I just think this is a basic foundation, because if over the course of a month, and this is how I did so well in mortgages, remember? I would just talk to a lot of people every day, new people every freaking day. And I just didn't freaking stop. Why? Because I had a desire, a why, a need. I needed to make money. And I just couldn't be messing around with the people that were on the freaking fence or were ghosting me and not responding to me. And this was phone calls, y'all. Like, how easy is it just to like send out 5 messages? It's so funny because 5 is actually kind of a joke. This could take you 5 seconds, 5 minutes just to send out 5 messages. Hey, Sam, how's it going? It's been a while. Hey, Sally, how's it going? It's been a while. How are you? You could do 5 birthdays. Hey, let's catch up. I would love to catch up with you, especially if it's a day late, because if you wish people happy birthday, a belated birthday, a day late, it's like the excitement's wore off. You know, less messages are coming through. You're probably, they're trickling in, just like your belated message. But the point is, 5 is actually a very low number. But if you just reconnect with 5 people every day, like that's huge. The second 5, and this is the important one. The second 5, you've got to be popping the question 5 times a day, especially if you don't have people coming to you. If you don't have people coming to you, then it is time for you to get outside of your comfort zone and start talking to the people. Also, this is the scripts I was referring to, the social media prospecting recruiting guide with scripts. This is the most ridiculous free resource in all of network marketing. A lot of these scripts are the scripts that we give to our own network marketing team. So take a screenshot of that. Here, let's smile. Ready?
Yeah.
Ding. All right. mylifestyleacademy.com/download. And yes, you can give this to your teams.
We're so funny.
People in other companies, you know, it doesn't matter what network marketing company you're in. You can absolutely use these scripts in this guide. And I don't know if you're visual, but that guide is like the most ridiculous free resource in network marketing. I know I'm biased, but some of you would probably agree. So 5 times a day. Imagine if you did this over the course of a month. You reconnected with 5 old friends or 5 new friends a day. That's 150 people over the course of a month. And then imagine if you just pop the question. Y'all, even if you pop the question 5 times a day and they all said no.
Right.
About 150 no's. That's not 150 no, never. It's no, not now. No, not yet. Drop the word yet in the comments if you didn't sign up after one conversation. If the person had to follow up with you a couple times. If you needed to have a couple conversations. Because you weren't what? You weren't ready yet. And neither are they. So you just planted 150 seeds. And this is why you continue to show up on social media with value, with stories, with content, with authenticity, with humor, whatever. Why? Because you're watering the seeds you planted. So if you pop the question 150 times over the course of 30 days, which is just 5 a day, that's 150 seeds planted. And by the way, even if all those conversations were horrible, they were just horrible. Here's the good news.
You're going to learn from that.
You're going to be a lot better after the 150th.
You're going to learn what not to do.
Exactly.
So first you learn, and then you remove the L.
Boom.
And then you start to earn. The problem is, baby, and this is a quote directly from you, is most people want the glory before they create their story.
That's right.
And can you imagine? I mean, you gotta sometimes create your own comedy movie and stop being the extra in the movie. You got to be the leader of your own movie. Lead actor, lead actress, right?
And how boring would the movie be if there was no plot twist?
Imagine if there's no plot twist. Imagine if there's no struggle. Do you know what I mean?
No drama.
You just got started in a business and everybody you talked to said yes. And everybody, you know, that saw your curiosity post signed up and nobody ever returned the product. And there was no ever negativity in your life. It's not real life. So,
and people would not like you.
Let us snap out of the nonsense. Let's just kind of like enjoy the ride. You know, it's going to be a struggle, boss. I believe it. We've been on it, but you know what? When life makes sense when you look at it backwards, and when you do look at it backwards, it makes sense. Right? It makes sense. So here's where we want to ground you in, because sometimes I think people struggle because they're so focused on themselves. And honestly, the business is not about you. It's not. It's about you helping somebody else go from A to B. And right now, there's a lot of people out there that are struggling. They're praying for a solution, and you've got the cookie. Like, you have it. You have that something special that only you can deliver to the world.
That's right.
And whether it's a product, business, you know, you're coaching people, whatever it is. So we need to remove the shyness out of the conversation. We need to bring the boldness to what it is that you do. But look, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, right? I'm not saying that we're going to, you know, aggressively pursue. No, there's an art and a science. There's an art and a science. But I think it's really, really important to recognize the fact that, oh my gosh, baby, I'm so grateful that you got recruited into the industry. I got recruited into the industry, that somebody was bold enough to take a stance, to overcome our negative beliefs in the beginning, right? To convince us or whatever, to overcome our objections about not starting with the business, not going to an event. And you guys, today, the reason why we have the business we have is because of people that were bold and took a stand.
That's right.
So we ought to go ahead and recognize that. It's a responsibility, and therefore we got to take it serious.
That's right. Take it serious.
We got to take it
serious.
Look,
thank God someone didn't prejudge us.
I know.
And they said, you know what? I'm talking to everybody.
You should have met us back in the day. You would have been like, oh my gosh, if you guys can do it, I am definitely going to crush it. If you can figure this out, I can figure this out. So honestly, it's just a compensation plan with personal development attached, or the other way around.
That's right.
I think it's how that
Here's the other funny thing. I had a guy the other day send me a message.
Oh, what did he say?
Robert Hollis. And he sent me the message how I had messaged him in 2012. Asking him how he uses the internet to build his network marketing business.
Yeah, you did.
Right. Because I was messaging anyone that was showing up online, building their business on the internet. And, you know, obviously the way people were building their business on the internet back then was very different than today.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have wanted to build my business the way that they were, but I was so inquisitive. I was so curious. I was a student first. I was a student first. And that wasn't even 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
That I was reaching out to random leaders, building a connection, going, yo, how are you doing it?
Yeah.
How are you making money? Because I knew I wanted to do network marketing. I just didn't want to do it the old school way. I was sick and tired of being out every night, feeling like a bad dad, having dad guilt, mom guilt, right? We were both dealing with it. By the way, we didn't go over the 3.
It's okay, baby. It was just quick review, baby. It's quick review. We got to get to the close.
I just want to say it's kind of 553 is
baby,
kind
we
of
all
foundation.
Saw it.
Anyway, the 3 is just ATMing 3 people a day. Because if you ATM 3 people a day, right? Because again, who cares if you talk to people if you don't get them in your ATM groups? You don't put them in chats. You don't introduce them to other people. The sooner you start introducing people, right? Because it's all about closing. The sooner you start introducing your prospects to other people, the sooner you make money. If you're the only one talking to your prospects,
yes,
you're going to have a horrible close ratio.
You got yourself a job also.
Yeah.
Is that a right analogy?
You're just gonna have a really bad close ratio.
Maybe you have an eyelash on the
even today, totally necessary during a live video to pull up an eyelash. Even today, I still put my prospects in an ATM group and I introduce them to other people in a chat.
Yeah.
And I don't just do it because I want to increase my close ratio. I also do it because I want them to get trained right out of the chute. Like, the first thing you do with someone is you're training them. If you ATM someone, that's training. You're teaching them what to do. You're also teaching them what not to do.
Okay.
So let's get into this close the loop.
Oh, I'm so excited about it. Yes. So, because here's what we're doing, right, is with our social media content that we're putting out there publicly, the idea is we want to bring curiosity, not all the time. We're going to pepper it into the value posts. Now, if you have a question about that, we have training that has to do specifically with what to post, what is curiosity marketing, what does that look like. So we'll give you a CTA for that. Like on our blog, we have amazing training for that. But inside today's training, we want to focus on, okay, so now that we put out that gorgeous content, people are curious, what do we do next? When do we actually close the loop, right? So when do you pop the question? Well, it depends.
Right. And can we also talk about the foundation, close the loop? It's like a trailer to a movie.
Yes.
That's what the loop is. You have that. Oh, you guys ever watch a TV show? Like we're watching Yellowstone right now and it's so good. But at the end of an episode, they have an open loop where it's like a cliffhanger. And you're like, oh, I just got to watch. I got to watch the beginning of the next episode. I got to see what happens. It's the same thing with a movie preview.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with a movie preview. They tell you just enough information, but they leave that open loop and you're like, I need to know what happens
next.
Right? I need to know what happens next. Exactly.
So this is actually a really good way to think through your posts that you are going to tell them something, just never everything, right? Because then it's like you left nothing at all to curiosity, imagination, nothing. So that's good. So you post like kind of episode to episode to episode. All right, I'm getting carried away, baby. You continue.
Yeah, like what is that product? How does that work?
Yes.
How are you making money? Like tell me. It's the same reason I reached out to Robert, right? Because I'm like, what is he doing? Like how's he making money? It's the same reason I started following Gary Vaynerchuk or Ray Higdon. It's like I wanted to learn, and they gave you just enough information to get you to start following them. Maybe buy a book, buy a course, reach out for advice. That's all you're wanting. You just want people coming to you, or when you go to people, they're like, yeah, sure, I'm open, because you've already raised some curiosity. This is why I'm not the biggest fan of cold messaging, complete strangers, because so many people are like, oh, I'm going to message complete strangers. And it's like, but you have 3,000 Facebook friends you haven't talked to, or 300 Facebook friends you haven't talked to. Like, start with those people. And when it comes to when do I pop the question, when do I find out if they're open? You know, the thing is, it depends on the relationship. It depends on the person. Like, do they have a need? Are they open? How do you know each other? Right? The timing, like if they just joined a new network marketing company and they're promoting and posting about it, don't you dare reach out to them trying to recruit them into your business. Now you can build a relationship with them. You could say, hey, best of luck. I tell you, one of the things that we hear over and over again, how much people respect us because we never go after people that are happily married. Right? They're in a company they love. They're in a company that they're all in with that company, and they're posting about it. They're promoting it. Like, they love that opportunity. They love those products. I'm not like, hey, you want to see my product? I bet you'll find that it's even better than the product you sell. I bet you'll find my business is even better than your business. Like, that is just such a terrible way to build a business. There's literally billions of people that are not in your company, that are not in another company that they're satisfied with. You don't need to prospect people that are already in a company, right? Yeah. So let's talk to people that are not in a company. But the point is, if somebody, you know, they're on vacation, probably not the best time to prospect them.
Yeah.
Right? If somebody just got a promotion at work and they just posted about it on their, probably not the best time to recruit them. Now, could you share your product?
Sure.
Absolutely. Now, there's also a right and wrong way to do it. If someone's like, oh my gosh, I got this terrible cough, I can't get rid of it. If you're just like pouncing on them and you see in the comments, there's all these other people suggesting things, you're just one of like 50 people's comments. I saw this the other day, actually. And I look at that stuff and I'm like, I just don't think that's effective, especially if they know you're trying to make a buck and sell a product. Like, how would you reach out to somebody if you didn't benefit from the product?
Good.
Right? Wouldn't you reach out to them a little differently and just say, hey, it's kind of like when we talk about the consultation mentality, like when we talk to a doctor, right? We're trying to get an opinion from them on something or get advice from them. I don't feel like, even though they benefit from doing the surgery or, you know, doing their job, right? They benefit, they obviously make money from helping people. But do you ever feel like a doctor is trying to sell you? I don't. Do you ever feel like your dentist is trying to sell you on filling your cavity? Like, they're like, yo, you got a cavity. Like, you may want to schedule a time next week to come in.
So I have a funny story.
Let's hear the funny story.
Okay, so you guys, we have a new development at the Melton residence,
Ooh.
which I was as shocked as you are about to be, I swear. So yesterday, John had his very first over 35. Is it baseball or softball?
Yeah, it's a baseball team, and
Yes.
they are over 22 and then over 35. So it's actually two teams.
In
Anyway,
one?
it's like they play together. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, so John is now on the team, you guys. Smash the heart button, please, if you're here on Facebook, on YouTube. I mean, I guess just drop us a heart emoji because I find this so fun. I'm going to be watching from the sidelines, not jealous. But here's what's interesting. So he had his very first practice yesterday, and then he came home. And maybe why don't you share with people the message, right? One of your buddies that you know from high school, but then you went back to the messenger and like you were just looking at your own messages back in the day. Because you guys, don't you sometimes look at John and you're so polished, baby. And obviously you've been doing it and you've talked to tens of thousands of people and all these stats that you have, top 100 like earner inside network marketing profession, right? So, but seriously, we all start ugly.
Right.
I have to say this because sometimes we take a look at people that are crushing it and we can't even help it, but we compare our chapter 2 or 3 or 4 to their chapter 15. And it was really fun to see, baby, the way that you talk to this guy. Okay, give us an example.
Well, it's just funny. Like I sent him a message in 2010, so 11 years ago. I'm like, how are you? No name, no, just how are you? That's it. And then a year later, I said, what's up, bud? Happy 4th. And then I said, I noticed, or no, this is another 2 years later. What up, bro? How are things? I noticed you never respond to me, LOL. He's like, I'm in bed. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, brother. I'm not trying to ignore. I usually return all my messages in the morning. And I'm like, I meant from years ago. And this was at 11:15 at night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm like, good night, buddy. And he's like, LOL, night, John. I'll hit you up tomorrow. Cool, man. And then
it's just a cringe fest.
And then another couple.
It's so cringy.
Another couple
as
months.
Kids would
Yeah,
say.
it's real cringy.
It's cringy.
Another couple months later. What up, brother? Did you hear we left our network marketing company? Thought you would like that. It's just like, what?
Oh my gosh. No build, like, just no.
No, like, how are you, man? How's the family? Hey, I saw you posted on Facebook. Anyway, so yeah, I joined the team. I mean, they play a couple times a week, and
that's a big commitment, John.
I'm busy with Dylan's baseball, so I already told him like I probably won't be able to come to a lot of games. But when Dylan doesn't have his baseball, I'm going to play some baseball with a bunch of old dudes. So
I think I'm going to go document. Should I go document? That is amazing.
I don't know if I want you documenting. Might be embarrassing. Might be de-edifying.
Hey, listen,
anyway.
Don't be afraid to start small, baby.
That's right. That's right. We all start somewhere. Although I'm not starting, I'm restarting. It's a matter of perspective.
All right.
But yeah, so it's all about the relationship timing. It's a lot like dating, right? It's a lot like dating, you know. And look, here's the thing. For me, and I think for all of us, it is just a matter of time. It's a matter of time before somebody will express interest in your business, before they express interest in your product. So if you say, I'm talking to all these people, nobody's joined, it's like, yeah, nobody's joined you yet. Or, you know, nobody's bought your product yet. But I can't tell you how many people that after a few months, after a couple years, like I talked to them about the product. I talked to them about the opportunity. The timing wasn't right. I stayed in touch. I was a human first and a marketer second. And then when the timing was better for them, they reached out to me. I didn't even have to follow up. Now, sometimes I follow up and they say, yes, I'm ready. The timing's better. Let's do this. But like, for instance, I just started a team in India with a guy that I've been talking to on and off for the last several years. He was on my team years ago. And he reached out to me 2 weeks ago. He's like, man, I'm ready. Let's go. India's opened up. I'm ready to start building. I've got tons of contacts. And he reached out to me. So just think about that. Like, every time you're having these conversations, every time you're planting seeds and you're just staying in touch with people, you're providing value, you're leading with, you know, the relationship. Now, of course, again, you got to pop the question. You can't sit back twiddling your thumbs waiting for the people to come to you. But if all you ever do is talk about your business or products when you interact with somebody, this is why people don't like your business. This is, look, likability is a factor.
Yes.
Right? Likability is a thing. If you notice, a lot of the top earners in your network marketing company are likable. right? They're people persons. Like they're just, like how many of us could watch Nadya all day long?
Oh,
Right? You can just listen to her all day long. And maybe some of you like me as well. But likability is a thing. It does matter. The problem is when we're brand new, even if people like us, they might not trust or respect us just yet, like as a leader. But this is why, and Nadya just had the slide up. You pull it back up.
Yeah, baby.
This is why you get yourself out of the way. This is why I edify my leaders. This is why you want to introduce your prospects to other people because they trust you, but not as a leader in your network marketing business, not as a network marketing expert. You're brand new. They know that you're brand new. So the fact of the matter is your goal is to just make connections.
Yeah.
Your goal is just to get people in front of the information so they can make a buying decision. And then from there, you get really, really great at this close the loop framework.
Oh, okay.
Now this is going to be some really good stuff. So I'd recommend you share this with your teams. You definitely take some notes on this, but understand that also this is the thing that we have inside the guide, right? The download. It really does walk you through a lot of this stuff in a little bit more of a what would you say, like a structured way with the scripts and everything. So I'm not going to get into like scripts and all that, but the bottom line is with close the loop. Let's talk about close first.
Yes.
You want to compliment and connect, right? Compliment and connect. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Beautiful family. Would love to catch up with you. Would love to find out what you've been up to. I personally like to wait for a response. If someone doesn't respond to me, I don't even know it because I'm already off to someone else. But when someone responds, whether it's the same day, the next day, a week later, a month later, then I engage in conversation. And then I decide based on that back and forth conversation, what have you been up to? How's the family? How's work? Whatever. Then I decide if I want to lead with my product or my business. Now, for me, I like leading with the business. I'm all about leading with the business. That's my passion. That's the thing I like to talk about. But I tell you what we've seen in our organization is there's a lot of duplication around leading with the product. You just got to ask yourself, what are you most passionate about? But here's what I'll tell you. A lot of people tell me they're most passionate about the business, but I think they see the value in leading with the product because they love the products also, but their goal is to partner with people and recruit and build a team, right? But they understand that the products are like kind of like an easier way to get their foot in the door.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, when someone says, yes, I would like more information on your product, or yes, I could do a referral post, or yes, I would love a discount on that product, then it's really easy to say, would you also like to take a look at the business?
Oh, I see that.
Now, if you go out and use our scripts, right? Use our scripts, I'd highly recommend it. But if you go out and try recruiting, right? Leading with the business with 50 people, and then you go out and lead with the product with 50 different people, you'll get a very good idea of what feels more natural for you. Because I can tell you that some people crush it leading with the business. Some people crush it leading with the product. Some people don't crush it no matter what they do. So we just have to get better and not be bitter.
Yeah, because you guys write this down if you're taking notes, that recruiting and building this business, it's a science and then art, and it is about your energy. And when you start to have an abundance of people that you're talking to, you're also going to vibe at a higher frequency, right?
Like
you're going to vibe at a higher frequency, which is why it's so important that you stay in momentum with connecting with a lot of people, and you don't get hung up on just a couple of people, right? That's called scarcity. And people, for whatever reason, they feel it and they run away. They run away. It's kind of like a song. You guys, I went to music school for 8 years. I feel like it gave me that extra level of depth to my personality, right? And there's tonalities in music, like there's a sad foundation to a song, and then there's a happy foundation to a song. And so when you operate in the scarcity, it's like a sad song you're singing. Doesn't matter what words you say. Like words can only do so much.
Right.
But if your tune is this sad tune of scarcity and lack, and you need them to join you versus a happy tune of look, like, yay, nay, how do you go? Just tell me no, I'll be on my way. What is it you say?
Tell me yes or tell me no, but tell me soon because I got to go.
Exactly. Okay, I love it.
And you don't want to treat people like a number.
Right.
You don't want to have commission breath.
Yeah.
But you realize that it is a numbers game, and I don't have time to just build rapport with people. Like I don't. Like I do a little back and forth dialogue, wishing them a happy birthday, seeing what they've been up to, connecting, what's up, how's the thing. But I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time. And that's only because I know that my time is money. My time is money. My energy is money. Right. And if they're not looking to partner with me in my business, they're not looking to buy my product, then I got to move on to someone else. Like I'm always nice. I always want to, say nice things and have a little back and forth dialogue, but I'm not here to recruit everybody I come across. Okay. I'm not here to, but I know that I need to talk to new people every day. I know I got to ATM new people every day if I want my business to grow.
Exactly.
And if it ain't growing, it's dying, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
like it.
The S, so in close, right? Compliment, connect.
Did
the
we say
L,
obey your intuition?
Lead with product / business. O, obey your intuition.
I love this one because really you obey away. I like it.
Well, it's really important too. If someone is giving you like one word responses, hey, Sarah, how's it going? How's the family? Good. What are you up to today? Or what are you up to today? Like, oh, nothing. What are you up to these days? Nothing. What's your big initiative this year? I don't know. Like just, trying to like stay away from other people.
Baby, tundra.
Tundra. Tumbleweeds?
No, tundra. Have you been to tundra?
Tundra. It's the type of truck. Have you been to the tundra? Where it's really cold and like I got No, baby, like the tundra.
So funny. Anyways, okay,
I said like tumbleweeds. Tumbleweeds are going by. You do a live video. It's like one person goes 1 0 1 0.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. But you know how that's so true. It's you're sorting your way to success, right. And if you're not getting the vibe from the person, you just scooch on to the next one.
Bye, Felicia. I mean?
There's 7 billion something people on this planet, and
toodaloo.
Billions of people are coming online for the first time ever.
That's right.
The truth is there's so much abundance. You guys, there's so much abundance out there. And I think the mistake that we all need to avoid is wasting our energy. Matter of fact, Brendan Bouchard talks about it. He goes, look, if you want to elevate your income to that next level, you have to elevate your energy. And the way that I see it is we have to then eliminate those conversations or those situations where your energy is getting zapped. So when you're having a conversation and it's just not vibing, next. Nobody's got time for that.
Avoid energy vampires.
Please.
The other thing is sharing your story. Now, sometimes people get hung up on this because they go, well, I haven't lost weight or I haven't made money. I'm just getting started. That's a part of your story.
Yeah.
And talk about why. Talk about why you're going to notice this in our scripts. In our scripts, we're always telling people to talk about their why. Why? Because people relate to people. They don't relate to ingredients, but they relate to people. So if you're like, I'm using this product so I can get in shape, so I can lose weight, so I can have more energy to play with my kids.
Yeah.
So I can fire my boss. I can pay off my student loans. Finally, I found a way to pay off my debt. Like when you tell people that, don't you think the people you're talking to, some of them are going to want more time, want more money?
It's building a Me Too bridge.
Right.
Me Too bridge, right? And I like also, you can even mention the reason why I partnered with this company, right?
Yeah.
That's also could be part of your why. But keep it simple.
And you could literally say, I partnered up with this company, found some incredible products. I'm so excited to endorse and promote to my network of people. So if you know anybody, remember how I talked about the indirect approach? If you know anybody that would love to lose weight, if you know anybody that would love to reverse the aging process, if you know anybody that would love to earn income online from home, I would love to connect with them. I'm just connecting with everybody. I'm so excited. When you're that excited and you're, it is interesting, right? But it is interesting getting down some of the lingo, right? You got to get down some of your lingo. That's why we got scripts. But eventually, if you get down some of the lingo and you have excitement and energy and tonality in your voice because you're using audio clips on Messenger.
Yes.
Thank you, Facebook Messenger. Goldmine.
Yes.
But you're telling your story, you're relatable, you're getting to the point, And look, even if you reach out to someone, you go, listen, the reason I'm reaching out to you, I'm expanding my business. I'm excited. I got these products, got this company. I'm so pumped. I would love to share it with you. If you're open, if not, no big deal. You might know somebody that would love these products, that would love to make more money than they did last year. Do you think you could say this? This is not rocket science.
No.
I'm not saying that you're a prospect. I don't freaking know. I'm just popping the question because that's my job.
That's right.
I got to find people that want the product. I got to find people that want to join the business.
And y'all, people want to be led. Like, you got to lead them in the direction you want them to go. How can they lead you if they don't know where you're going?
That's right.
Hello.
Like Sarah said, Sarah McGuire, what's up? She said, OMG, why have I never used if you know anybody? It's so effective. And it's so stupid how simple it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I literally don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if they have interest.
Okay.
That's on them.
Baby, how do we get to that mindset? Because I feel like so many
the
people.
sun is starting to blast me.
Yes, baby, yes. Look at Toby, baby. Look at him.
Yeah, make sure Toby's not behind you this time. Nadya ran over the
Say
dog.
zero, baby. Say
She's
zero.
like, don't you dare mention that.
Gosh.
Don't you dare mention that in Monday.
That upsets me. Who does that? Anyways.
Yeah, that's right, Lori. Yeah, we get in our own way, get out of our heads. If you're in your head, you're dead.
Amen.
We'll have to chat about that, says Julie. Anyways, share your story, talk to people. Don't be scared. Even if they say no, it's no, not now, no, not yet.
Yeah.
Expose, involve, upgrade, expose them to the product. Get them in the ATM groups, get them involved, introduce them to other people. Maybe they buy the products now and they upgrade later to a business partner. Maybe they do nothing. Maybe they just do a referral post. They just put up a post on their page. Y'all, if you're not using the referral post strategy and TikTok, you out your mind. You are out of your mind. Referral posts and TikTok are the reason our business, literally this month, we're already over 4 million in sales for the month. There's like 9 days left. We'll probably crack 6 million this month. Go ahead, babe.
What is happening? Are you stretching your loins?
I dropped my ring.
You guys, it's important. I'm telling you, if you don't stretch, you will forget how to use it.
I'm always playing with my rings. I got 2 rings now.
Okay, so now that we talked about closing, right? So closing the loop. And look, if this conversation really makes you nervous, meaning, you know, when your palms start to sweat, your knees are a little bit shaky, you notice your posture becomes weaker, right? It's just anxiety, y'all, is a sign to get prepared and to just get over that fear. Now, John a little bit mentioned it, but here's how I love to do it, is I love to increase my competency in sprints. Now, imagine it like this. If it takes you 200 conversations to get really good at popping the questions, at converting the like and comment into a sale, or at least cross them off, like, right, put them into a bucket or whatever.
Right.
If it's going to take you 200 conversations, 500 conversations, you can either drag it out over the next 5 years and make it a really painful experience for yourself, or you can make a decision to do it in the next 30 days and you just do it as a sprint. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's so much more fun to do it in a sprint, and you can even double task it. You can, you know, take people on the journey with you. You can find accountability partners. You could do this with a team of people, right? And then you also show up every day with, ooh, I'm going to improve 1% today. So what could I do better today than I did yesterday? I'm going to find some things that didn't work. I'm going to have so much fun doing it. And I notice for me personally, whenever I step into something that I have no competency in, which, by the way, you guys, can I just give you a truth bomb? Because I used to think that successful people were talented or it comes natural to them to do X, Y, Z. For most people, it's nothing that they were, you know, already good at. It's competency you develop. And then there's a competency confidence loop as well. So the more competency you develop in your skills, the more confident you become.
That's
So
right.
I want to challenge you. If this brings you nervousness, this particular conversation, why not set a goal to go have 100 conversations in the next 2 weeks, in the next month, whatever it is. And I promise you, by the time you fly through those conversations, you're going to learn the song that you're going to sing successfully in a happy tune, like the boss that you are. And imagine how good it's going to feel that you no longer have that drag of nervousness that you carry from conversation to conversation with you. That's just silly, right? I said my piece. I don't know if you needed to hear that little bit of wisdom, but there you have it. You're very welcome. But it's seriously something that just works. Increase competency, increase your confidence, create bigger results. And then what's cool is you can then report back. See how you can now report back and say, hey, in the last 30 days, you can go live and you can say in the last 30 days, I talked to 100 people and here's the 3 biggest things that I've learned. So see how you can now also then turn around and teach it. It's really, really cool. Okay, so now that we spoke about that, we got the close part. Let's scooch our booties into the looping piece. I like it. Looping piece. So the first one is we call it keep a list. It's so very important to also get organized, right? We got to get organized in our workflows. We got to get organized in our schedule. Another thing I would even think about as well is what part of the day do you have your best energy? Remember, we talked about that next level of income, next level of success for you, it's going to take that next level of energy. So if you are a morning person, yet you wait until night time to now do those income producing activities like reaching out to people, connecting with people, that might not be the most optimized way to go about doing it. So I would maybe reposition your schedule. I would maybe think through, what are the annoyances of the day? When do they happen? How can I reposition them? So that way I show
or
up
not
for
do them
my
at all.
business, sure, that I show up for my business as my best. You guys, that right there is so important. It's going to increase your happiness level. It's going to decrease your annoyance level. And as a result, everybody around you, you're going to notice, is less irritated. Everybody around you is more happy. And then that's going to give you more confidence. And that's going to give you more posture. It's the little things in life, right?
That's right, baby.
I love it. Keep a list, get organized. I like this next idea for you, and that's become omnipresent. And here's what's really, really powerful about what John kicked off this training with. And that we talked about passive marketing. So you staying consistent. This is our next point for you. Is we want to stay persistent. We want to stay consistent with the conversation, right? So what happens is when you show up consistently to your social media with your valuable posts, and then you're doing your active prospecting consistently, then you are, talk about width and depth and watering of the seeds and those things.
Well, I think it's really important for us to understand the value in building a personal brand. I mean, hello, if you follow us, you know that's what we've been teaching and preaching for 8 years now. That's what changed the game for us. We went from 6 figures a year to multiple 6 figures a month because we started leveraging social media as a tool for our business. You don't want to be used by social media. You want to be doing the using. You follow me? So we knew that we needed to show up on social. We started with Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook is still our number one. Like, you know, with all of our accounts, we have over 100,000 followers on Facebook. But eventually we started repurposing our content and creating a blog, creating a YouTube channel, right? Posting on LinkedIn, posting on Twitter. Then, you know, we got on the TikTok, right? Crushing it on TikTok. Our goal is to be everywhere. But when you're first starting out, just pick one platform and go all in and be persistent, be consistent. However, obviously, you know, we've been promoting the heck out of TikTok. You know, next Monday, by the way, I'm going to have 2 of the top recruiters in our entire organization. They're going to do a training. I'm going to interview the 2 of them. One of them is Jordan Lebeck, who added over 150,000 followers.
It's crazy.
150,000 followers in about 5 weeks on TikTok.
Wow.
Because I kept telling her, and she had other people telling her too, but, you know, there was people telling her, including myself, like, get on TikTok, use TikTok, like, you know, and she had the excuses just like everybody else. Like, I don't think that's for me. I'm more of a live video person, or, you know, that's not a platform that I see myself utilizing. But she just kept seeing so many people have success. She's like, fine, let me just start telling my story and just talking to the camera, and literally put on 150,000 followers in a minute, like a month, 5 weeks, craziness. Justin Weeks, we partnered with him last year, him and his wife, Aaliyah. They've literally been the number 1 recruiters on our team. So next Monday, mark it in your calendar, 5 p.m. Eastern. The 2 of them are both big time recruiters building massive businesses that do hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in revenue. And the point is, they had to be persistent. They had to show up consistently. They had to get organized. They had to treat it like a business.
Yeah.
They got great at leading with the business or leading with the product. They got great at having conversations. And you'll notice, again, they're freaking likable. Did you notice last week with Vanessa, Tabitha, and Lauren? Likable. They're just likable. They're relatable. Now, you might not like them, maybe because you're just a different type of personality. You might not like me, but you probably wouldn't be watching Nadya and I, or maybe you like Nadya and that's why you're watching. The point is, you don't need everyone to like you. You just need your people to like you.
Right.
You need the people that you want to connect with to like you. And then you need to connect and pop the question. You can't be afraid to ask them if they're open or if they know anybody that would be open. You're networking. It's network marketing, y'all. You got to network. You got to network. You got to network some more. It ain't not work marketing. It's network marketing. You got to keep networking, right? To market the product. That's it. This is not rocket. This is the easiest freaking business.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say easy, but it's the simplest.
Yeah.
I dropped out of community college and now we make more money in a month than most of our students, teachers, right? College professors, whatever. I dropped out of community college and I make more in a month than most of those professors made in a year. Why? Because we became entrepreneurs. We mastered a skill set, right? We mastered our mindset. And over the course of time, we developed these skills. We developed our network to market our products, right? Multiple products. It's not like we just do network marketing either. Like how many of us want multiple streams of income? I mean, come on now. Anyway, listen, we'll answer some questions here, but for future reference, here's what I want you to do to join our text message community. When you have a question, or if after this, or maybe you just want to ask a personal question where like you feel uncomfortable commenting, you can actually text message us to join our text messaging list, join our group, our text messaging community, if you will. And this is a way for you to directly message us. Sometimes our team is sending messages or corresponding. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Nadya. So you definitely want to have this number, shoot a text message, any question, or you can just say, add me to the list, right? Text message that number. But I did say I'd answer some questions at the end as well. And Nadya, did you want to say anything? Close this out as well.
I kind of just went on a rant. Are you trying to get me to scooch out of the training?
No, I want you to stay. But I thought maybe I was going on a rant. Really good. Before I start answering questions, I don't know if you had anything to add.
No, I love it.
To the conversation.
That's so good.
Okay, so you have nothing to say?
No, I spoke my piece.
That's right, Michelle. And here's the thing. It doesn't mean you want to have multiple MLM streams of income, but it does make sense to have like a full-time job in a network marketing business as a part-time income. And then let's say you become full-time in network marketing. Awesome. I do think you should look at other ways to generate an income. Like maybe you become a coach. Maybe you write a book. Maybe you create a course. At some point that would make sense because the sketchiest thing in the world is to have one stream of income. Or you just start investing, right? There ain't nothing better than passive income from investments, real estate, stock market, other traditional businesses, cryptocurrency, right? Although good luck with that.
But you guys remember there's 3 rules of money. I love the foundational trainings, right? So 3 rules to money. Number 1, you got to learn to make it. Number 1, you got to make it, right? For some of us, we need to really learn and optimize our workflows and our systems to be very effective with it. Number 1, you make the money. Number 2, you protect that money because the number 1 expense we all have is taxes.
That's right.
So, for some of us, maybe you are making good money right now, but you're paying a lot in taxes. So maybe not even like obnoxiously a lot, but look, there's definitely ways to optimize your corporation setup, LLC. Like there's so many cool things you can do when you bring on either a good bookkeeper or a CPA. So number 2 is you now, protect that money, right? And number 3, you get that money to work for you. And my number 1 initiative for this year became, I want you to become a sophisticated investor because John and I, we've paid our fair share of, I call it stupid tax.
Amen.
Stupid tax.
There's a lot of smart people out there.
A lot.
Trying to figure out how to get your dumb money.
Yes.
So Angela Clark has a question. She says, I have a group of 10,000 people and I want to connect with people. Most of them will never see my messages. Any help? Why would they not see your messages? I message people all the time that I'm not Facebook friends with, literally every day. Or they message me and I'm not their Facebook friend and I see the message. It just goes into like a little, you get like a little message.
Filtered folder.
You get a message request and it's in the filtered folder or the spam. There's also the spam folder.
Another cool thing you could do too is you can drop a comment on a post of theirs and just say, hey, you know what I mean? I messaged you.
I sent you a message. Now, sometimes people go, I can't find the message. I'm like, just message me. So just make sure you have a public profile. But yeah, that should be that. I don't see why they wouldn't see your messages.
Joseph had a good question. He said, what tools do you use to get organized?
Where is it?
I have a couple of ideas for you.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Lots of comments.
Yes. So what tools can you, and by the way, you guys, can you drop your tool? How do you stay organized? When we talked about omnipresence, a really cool idea that you can do is you can actually create lists on Facebook. So every time you get a new customer, you can put that person into a list. Okay. If you don't know what that is, I just want you to Google when we're done with the broadcast, just Google Facebook lists. And essentially, you're just creating different buckets of people. So when you go to your homepage on Facebook, you can do this on your desktop and you click on that list, then your newsfeed is just the people that are in that list. So for an example, you can create a workflow for yourself where every Tuesday at 11 o'clock, you're going to go to your customers list and you're going to go love on their posts, right? So that way you are staying omni and you're staying in front of them. They're seeing your name. They're seeing alerts with your name in it, right? You can do a list for your prospects, for your A-list prospect. It's really, really cool what you could do with that. So that's a really neat way to organize or stay organized on Facebook as you're talking to people. Now, outside of that, you can look at, virtual tools like digital tools, or you can take a look at physical tools. John?
That's right. I'm just agreeing. I'm concurring.
Do you have anything to mention?
I mean, to stay organized, I think the biggest thing for me is that I had to set reminders in my phone to keep me on top of what's most important. What are the things that I'm going to do every day that are going to move the needle, the things that are most important. And if it's something that is important, then there needs to be a reminder. Like people are like, oh, I forgot to follow up. I'm like, did you set a reminder in your phone? You're like, do you have a notification that goes off reminding you to do your follow-ups? Like, if you're not serious about your business, why would anyone else be serious about your business? If you're not willing to invest in your business, why would anyone else be willing to invest in your business? Makes sense? Adrian had a question also. She said, have you tried buying leads? Yes, and I am not a fan. I would not recommend buying leads. No bueno. HubSpot. So I think she meant put how I talk. Have I talked about network marketing, my social media? I think she meant how do I talk about my network marketing business on social media? Don't we have a blog post on that we could recommend? Which one?
Let me think about that. Okay.
I mean, that's something we teach like literally all day, every day, all the time. But I mean, the biggest thing with promoting your products on social media, it's as simple as this. You create curiosity. You say just enough to get them to raise their hand. You say just enough. Like, for instance, I posted a picture earlier of a guy, his before and after picture, after 3 months of taking our liquid collagen, and like his hair, like literally like grew back. Like, you're not supposed to say that, but that's what it is. I mean, he's like, I can't believe this after all these years. Like, my hair is like literally growing back. And I had 3 people that responded to me sharing that in my story. Like, what is that product? Right? Like, that's creating curiosity. I didn't say the name of the product. I didn't say the name of the company. I might have said something, or I think he actually said something in the message, like he couldn't believe how incredible the product was, the liquid collagen. But the point is, it's all about creating value and then creating curiosity and really following that 80-20 rule that we teach and preach. It's a really big deal. Sue, I agree. Teamsy's awesome. 3-ring binders. I'm old school. Yeah, I have I mean, how many of you have our 90-day tracker, right? Where you can keep track of all of your prospects. You add them to a follow-up list. Like, that's the most important thing, to be on top of your income producing activities and be on top of the people you're talking to about your products and business. And then when people join your team and they buy your products, then you want to continue that conversation. Don't get excited to sign up somebody and then you're like, On to the next one.
Right.
It's like, what? Like, how many of us want retention? Like, how many of us want residual income?
Yes.
Like, I am all over my team, providing support, staying in touch, finding ways to help them rank advance and make money. My customers, I stay in touch with them, let them know about promotions, incentives, like bringing extra value to them, right? Angela says, what about Facebook ads? Where can I learn how to do that? Suggestions? Yeah, shoot us a message. I can give you some recommendations on that. I'm not a big fan of Facebook ads, to be honest with you. Like, I don't even know how much we like Facebook ads. Anything that has a cost to it like that, where you're spending money advertising, you better know what you're doing.
Yeah. And you got to have a funnel.
You better have a funnel.
Right? You got to lead with
value. You got to have a lead capture. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a whole different ball game for sure. For sure. So we don't teach it. Now we do employ that strategy, but we don't employ it for our network marketing business. Yeah. We employ that strategy for our training company, for our brand. So, but we do know people that use that strategy successfully. But again, it's a whole different.
It really isn't for network marketing. You can't even.
We got to know copywriting. We got to have a funnel. We got to track conversions. Now, can you outsource it? Look, we've tried outsourcing it, but you also got to know, you got to speak the language in order to keep the pulse on the process, because it's really, really easy to waste a whole lot of money and not get the results. Boom. But reach out to us. Send us a text message, and then we can help you from there. I love it. I think this was a really good conversation, you guys. Let us know in the comments. We always love to hear what was your biggest takeaway, because ideas are plenty, but implementation is going to be key for you. And I really want you to think about, look, let's identify one action step that you can put into work right away. Like seriously, right away. I'll give you an example. I went through yesterday, I was in the sauna, and my favorite thing to do is work in seasons. I really love it. So because we're walking into the spring season, and I love to garden. Do you garden? Let me know in the comments below, because I grew up in Russia. I have a special certain relationship to gardening. It's like meditation for me. And for the last, I don't know, maybe almost like 10 years, right? On and off, I've been growing our own food, not all of it, right? But I've been growing food in our garden.
Especially cucumbers.
Anyways,
that's
cucumbers.
Her specialty.
And our kids didn't eat cucumbers until I started to grow them. Anyways, but last year I had a new system in our garden. We recently moved to our home. I love it, but I didn't have the best harvest. It was discouraging. And needless to say, that despair motivated me. Sometimes I got to tell you guys, sometimes
what happened?
We got to really
got this brand new garden. And
anyways, I didn't have as many cucumbers as usually.
But you know what? It was a lesson. It was a lesson
that motivated me.
You need to get better.
Anyways, so I went through this gardening course on masterclass.com, right? And I got some really cool things that I'm going to integrate, and I'm going to create like legit workflows for my garden this year. I'm super psyched about the protocol already stirring up in my mind, but I'm telling you, I instantly implement. So now here's the thing that I implemented, you guys, is organic matter. Instead of throwing it in the trash, any kind of organic, what would be a good, like banana peel, strawberry leftover, like organic that can go back into the ground.
I think I threw away a banana peel earlier.
Are you kidding, John? We have a new protocol. You better go find the bananas. I'm just kidding. To you.
I'm just kidding.
And compost. Thank you, Melissa. So now we're going to be making our own compost. Legit. I have a new workflow that now training for my family begins. Like I'm going to create Post-it notes, I think is what I got to do. I'm going to put above the sink, compost here. Jesus is watching. Anyways.
That works like a charm.
The whole point of my story for you is, look, it doesn't count when you, like in my books, I don't count it. Like I went through a course or I watched a video if I don't implement anything. Essentially, it's like a waste of air and a waste of time. And to me, there's nothing worse because time is the most precious commodity. So the way to honor your time investment is, look, implement something.
That's right.
I love it.
I want to
And
answer
you
this
know
one
what
last question,
city,
baby.
but can I tell you this? You guys, one city that does a really beautiful job with composting is San Francisco. Did you know this?
I did
So
not.
when people put their trash out, they don't just have 2 bins like for regular waste, and then they have, recycle, but they also have compost.
Jeff says you should use an African key
Every
garden.
city should have that. You guys, I think we should speak up as an entrepreneurial community. What? African key garden. Oh, let me write that down. What does that mean? I will Google it. African.
What does that mean? I will Google
key
it.
Garden.
So-
You're getting me excited. Any gardening tips, you give them to me, please. African.
So
what?
Alyssa says, what do you recommend for personal groups when it comes to getting them interested when they already know what it is you're promoting? Don't assume that people know everything about your business, your products. I mean, like, I know there's a lot of people in our ATM groups or in our My Lifestyle Academy group. They don't know all the courses we offer. They don't know all the trainings we offer inside of our ATM groups for our network marketing company. They don't know about all the products. They don't know about all the promotions when they happen. They don't know everything about the business. So I don't assume that people already know what it is. They might know a little bit, right? But the biggest thing is, just like we do on our public page, just like we do in our stories, just like we do on every platform, you lead with value, you create conversations, especially in communities. Inside of Facebook groups, you really want to create conversation, ask more questions in the group to get conversations going, right? You can do interviews in there. Like, we're live right now in My Lifestyle Academy. We're live on 5 platforms because of StreamYard. So it's leading with value. It's connecting with the group members, right? And if it's not too big of a group, you can individually message people, individually reach out to people. All right, y'all, we got to get out of here. You guys are amazing. Next Money Monday, we're going to have Justin Weeks on, top recruiter in our entire global organization. We're going to have Jordan Levesque on, who put on 150,000. In fact, I told her she better be at 200,000 by Monday.
Add worms to your compost.
She put on 150,000 followers on TikTok in like a minute.
Love that. I'm going to go get me some worms today.
All right.
John, you're going to help me. All right, well,
bye,
let's
everyone.
sign off together.
We'll see you next Monday.
Who leaves abruptly?
Bye. Love you.
Who leaves like that abruptly, baby? Baby, that is not the way you exit the room. All right, you guys. My apologies on his behalf. But when you got to go, you've got to go. Christina, come say bye to the peoples. Come say bye. Oh, love you guys. Thank you for all your comments. I cannot wait to go read them. If you have a beautiful gardening tip and you've been gardening for a long time, can you share it with us, please? I want to create like a legit PDF of protocols to help us grow our own food. He's scared of worms, says Sue. Probably. All right, you guys. Love you. We'll see you